Hey guys, welcome back in. So there's somebody incoming. Like, I'm really getting the sense that there's somebody showing up within your energy. And the moment that they show up, it's sort of like your intuition just gets a little bit screwed up. Every time this person shows up, things feel a little bit backwards. So I want to get a bit of a reading because I feel like we've been expecting this person for quite a while. And there's sort of this in the moment, what do I do? Because you are a little bit at risk. Whoever this message is intended for, whoever you are, you're at risk of repeating the old karma and maybe going back on your word. So, who is this person that is showing up in your energy? The saboteur, like it says, highlights the fear of self empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. There is one way of looking at your life where if you could just identify the things that are sabotaging you, limiting mindsets, you know that you would do so much better. But there's something about this person that reignites that fear. And all of a sudden, you want to go against yourself. You want to give them another chance. So, what do we have here? Mentor. So, this is going to be very resonant, especially if at one point there was some point in your journey with this person you actually did have a lot of respect for them. I believe that you probably learned a lot from this individual, and maybe they took you under their wing. Maybe you learned a lot of new skills. You could have really respected this person, but what do we have at the top over here? The father in the reverse. Yeah, okay. Dictatorial control, emphasis on the word dick. Don't be a dick about it, berries. Oh my God. Abuse of authority. So, this is somebody that really took advantage of your vulnerability and almost childlike nature. Let's get a couple more cards. Got the slave in the reverse, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Queen. Radiance, regal, feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So, whoever this person is, to figure out who this individual is supposed to be, this is someone you have not closed out a contract with. You could have walked away from them. You could have told them, maybe even in some ways, having one of those fuck off conversations, but it doesn't actually end the conversation. Have you ever experienced one of those things where someone really hurts you and you need to walk away from them? And sometimes their reply is, well, I know things weren't great, but why are you walking away from me now? And it's sort of like this person isn't willing to look at their own past. They just think everything's copacetic now. We'll just ignore the past. Time doesn't really heal all wounds. We'll just like work with where we are at right now. You got to be very careful with people like that because they're not willing to acknowledge the past. And worst off, if you're stuck in the past, you guys are living in two completely different timelines. One timeline, this individual, like, they're clueless. They're willingly clueless about how it is that they treated you. And then it puts you into this tailspin. Well, at one point, whoa, I just saw a mother and another card stuck out. What is this one? Child divine. It's in the shadow aspect. Inability to defend oneself against negative forces. And I will note there is the card of agape and networker underneath. Like, this is somebody that you poured all of your time, energy, and money into, really genuinely thinking that if you could help them to become successful, that you would be successful with them. This could be a partner, this could be a business partner, this could be a family member, this could be a friend. Something fell apart, and it has a lot to do with feeling as though you were nurturing this person. Like they repaid you by being controlling. And it's sort of like you brought all the nurture, they brought all the control. And it's sort of like if you didn't have like a child with this person, it feels almost like you're reenacting an old family argument. It's kind of one of those feelings where how did one guy I knew put it? Like me and my ex-husband were having a bit of an argument at the dinner table, and the friend was sitting across the table from us, and me and my ex-husband were just doing our, stupid bickering bullshit. And my friend, he's like sitting across the table from us, going like, "Aw, guys, way to make me feel like a divorced child all over again." So I want to look at this person because you're gonna be tempted to give this person another chance. And that temptation could be different from person to person. But I really feel as though the universe is giving you a really neat opportunity. Given that we do have the queen over here, there is a lie that you keep telling yourself that if you walk away from this person, you're a bad person, you're a bad mother, you're a bad feminine, that you're not nurturing enough, you're not caring enough, you didn't give this person enough chances. Does this sound like somebody that you have been dealing with? So I want to have a look at, let's see. Oh, we're going melodramatic. Oh, dear God. Oh, we got the hanged man right here. Okay. Oh, what do they want? Like, let's just dive in. What do they want? Like, seriously, what do they want from you? Because this conversation could just come up innocuous. How's it going? It's been a while. It may seem a little bit innocent, but we're going to also ask why you? Because we need to have a look at any of the warning signs. Because while you are more than likely manifesting new love, we do have this incoming soulmate that shows up and disappears. It's kind of like a shadow orbit, if that makes any sense. This person will arrive, but again, as long as you're still willing to entertain this person, even if you're, say, romanticizing the past, well, I am here because of them. What do we have right here? Six of Wands. I'm doing a lot better because of them. I gotta ask you a question. Why are you giving them the victory? You learned a lot from this person, but you could learn a lot. Like, it's sort of like you could have gone to school and learned this, or you could have gone online and taken a course and learned this. It's there's an ask within here. Why are you rationalizing what this person taught you? Because the real lesson is knowing what your worth is supposed to be. We're also going to get some advice on what it is that you should do. But given that the collective that I work with, the work that I am passionate about, is helping empaths restore their relationship to themselves, especially after abusive, narcissistic, and toxic dynamics. A lot of you guys are still trying to figure out what a healthy lens looks like in a relationship. And as long as you're willing to excuse these individuals, they're just going to keep cropping back. And it'll be the same archetype, but in a different body, in a different flesh meat suit, as I like to occasionally say. But I like down here. And because the card flew out, we're not even going to cut. This is I'm hearing this is a game changer, especially if you felt as though you've been held back. Because here's the thing, you have been able to start integrating a lot of the information that you learned from this toxic slave driving masculine father figure. You've been able to learn a lot. You know that you are rising up into your queen like energy. And it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or non binary. This is learning how to be radiant, knowing that you can be safe being yourself, and you're benevolent, generous, kind, but you have healthy boundaries. A queen is always protected. Uh, yeah, King of Cups underneath there. You are going to be learning how to be the emotional mature one and knowing when it's not worth playing into their games. This person right here, they'll try to come across as though they're the mature one here. Well, why are you not talking to me anymore? And while this is masculine and on the surface, it's technically a succubus sort of frequency because this person knows that you appreciate them. They know that you are where you are at, or like they like to think that they know that you are at where you are at because of them. And there's an ask within here, why are you giving them the credit? You're the one who's taking the information and moving forward. You're the one who's trying to be the more benevolent dictator in the relationship. Oh God, got Page of Cups. What do they want? Yeah, this is the hi, like, well, it's not necessarily a Page of Swords. It's they come out of nowhere, and it's just sort of like they're acting as though, oh, it's been a while. Oh, we got a Tower. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this Page of Cups. Like, what do they want? Like, especially your key warning sign is when you get a text message from this person and your first initial reaction is, what do they want? Can you pay attention to that, please? That's your intuition. Listen to your body as well. Are you suddenly feeling hot and flushed? Are you sinking inside? Is your brain starting to whir up? Like, in some ways, this reading is trying to encourage you to start thinking about how it is that you are actually genuinely freaked out by this person deep down inside, but you've done such a good job masking. Mainly because you just want to move forward, you just want to do the thing, but this is cleanup. Like, it's sort of like, yeah, the shop needs to be cleaned up right now so that as you move forward, you know where everything is. Everything look like things feel nice when they're cleaner for the most part. Like, the universe is trying to get you some fresh energy to work with, but you got to clean this out. Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. It's sort of like they're telling you everything except the truth. It's there's a temptation. There's a big temptation just to play with your food, to poke at this. But I'm gonna warn you, you're technically playing their game, and they like that. Even if you're being mean, at least they're getting attention. Like, the Page of Wands can be a little bit attention seeking. What do we have? High Priestess. What do you want? Like, in some ways, you knew this conversation was going to happen eventually, especially if you've been trying to find a way to finally break up with this relationship. And again, this could be a friend. This doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. Nine of Wands, Five of Swords. Um, yeah, this is a confirmation, and in some ways, this is going to happen. You know, Priestess Berries has foretold it. For whoever this message is for, this is going to happen. And I'm laying out for you the exact feelings and emotions you are going to experience when this person contacts you. Write it down. If the first response is, what do they want? And your body, like, it's sort of like a hot flush, or you kind of collapse in on yourself, and you're tempted to go back on a promise you made to yourself, that's this message. That's this message here. Why you? Why are they contacting you? We got a Two of Pentacles. You have been doing a lot of work on the surface to get yourself leveled out and even Steven. But the universe wants to point out you still have something in the background. Like, it's not good when you have like a huge, container ship rolling over I want to say rolling over a hill, rolling over some oceans. Like, this is actually very dangerous for boats. So I was saying earlier, remember, I completely lost that thought. That's interesting. All right, just Two of Pentacles. It's so funny. I stared at the card and everything went blank. So why you? Why are they trying to? Mm, they're trying to continue their appearance of being stable, but things are really chaotic in the background. And you're doing the same thing. Like, you can mirror an abusive person without being abusive. You can mirror a narcissist, but not be a narcissist yourself. You're traveling along the same energetic timeline. This person, just like you, they want to move forward with their life, but they're not willing to look at the past. You might be willing to look at the past, but the problem is you're living in the past. And this is a chance for you to break free of that. Because once you're officially broken up with this person, a lot of your chaotic thoughts will start to calm down. What do we have at the base? Six of Coins. So this person is going to sound as though they're all for you. They'll ask about your day. What are you up to? They might even ask about, like, ask about a hobby. But here's another clue that you need to look out for. Are they asking about hobbies and interests that you are no longer interested in? That's another clue to let you know that this person, they are way outside of your timeline. They don't even understand the person who you are right now. They're trying to talk to the traumatized version of you. And I actually think this traumatized version of you is actually very healed, but there is still a temptation to allow access. Yeah, to allow this person access to this traumatized version of you. So what do we have up here? We got the Emperor, and I do like that we have the Sword and the Stone. Like, this person's going to try so hard to get information out of you, to get truth out of you. And there's this delightful stubbornness because you know deep down inside you're trying to be the honest one. You're trying to be the good one. You're trying to be the good guy in this scenario. Yeah, King of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. This person's still very dysregulated. They're asking about aspects of you that just don't apply. So remember, if they're asking about hobbies that you just like, it's not like you're against it, but you're just not into it anymore. Like, I used to crochet all of the time. I think I went through a 10-year phase of my life where, I still have a lot of my crochet pieces. Like, I got a crocheted coral reef that I have adorned within my living room. It took me like 10 years to build that thing, but I still have one person. They don't really know what I've been up to over the last 2 years, and I've done a lot of personal changes myself. And, she still sends me anytime she wants my attention. Like, she's not doing it just to be nice. I know this person's trying to get my attention. So she sends me crocheted objects or crocheted pieces of art, and they're quite beautiful. They're fun. They are intriguing, but it does make me realize, like, this person doesn't know who it is that I am. This person who's trying to reach out to you, they actually don't know where you are at, and they're trying to get information so that they can look like they're leveling up with you. Emphasis, they look like they're leveling up with you. What can you do about it? Nine of Swords. Now, what's neat about this deck is that even with the Nine of Swords, we do have a Five of Swords that's sort of pinned up on the wall. But this is also a Five of Swords right here. Okay. The pictures are a little bit different, but the spirit of it is the same. This is more of a warning to you. What should you do? You have a chance to either defeat this person, put it to an end, knowing that no matter what you say, they're going to make you feel like shit. This person could even give you a nice reply, even if it's something as simple as, well, I know things were bad between us, but did I do something recently? It's kind of one of these feelings where they still haven't looked at the past, at how much they have hurt you, and they don't even recognize you are still hurting. This is somebody who would be like, oh my God, are you still going on about this? Like, that's a very rude, cruel energy. And anyone who does that to you, they are not on your vibration, and they're not there to promote. They're not there for your health. We'll put it that way. Tell me about this Nine of Swords. Like, I feel like whoever this person is, you've already made the internal declaration that you're done with them. And it's kind of this feeling like you'll just allow them to show up when they feel like showing up. Because you don't want to necessarily go and seek out this person and be like, unless you want to. Okay, there are two different ways this could go. Like, one aspect of this energy is you decide to send a letter to them saying, hey, so long, farewell, thanks for all the fish, for all you hitchhiker guide enthusiasts out there. It's been great, but I never want to speak to you ever again. Like, you could do that, and I've done those messages myself. um or it's more that you've pre-written a letter or you've pre-written a text, and it's sort of like you're just waiting for the right moment so that it has the most potency. You may feel guilty that you're playing a game. Here's the thing, you are playing a game, but you're trying to be strategic about your emotions, because when you're an empath dealing with an abusive situation, it drains you. And it drains you and bleeds you down to the base of your core that you really lose your own identity. And a lot of this is about you reclaiming who it is that you are. The Hierophant. Wow. There's something about the way that you were taught to engage with the game that's being transmuted. This is actually very healing. You are intending to get this person out of your life, but you haven't made it official. It's kind of like the difference between if you're going to break up with somebody, but you just stop talking to them, as opposed to having a formal conversation. In some ways, you are getting closure. You are getting closure. This other person, they'll try to keep it open, because I've said this before. Narcissists hate closure. As long as they have, like, one finger in the door to get inside your mind, inside your psyche, to get information on where it is that you are at right now, the person who you are right now, they feel like they have control over you. That is not love. That is selfishness. What do we have up here? King of Swords. Like, that's me just like looking at you. Be the King of Swords. Express your truth, because it sits right next to this King of Coins. Because if this person has any idea of the struggles that you're going through right now, maybe you're between jobs, maybe you're dealing with some unknown money issues, maybe you're trying to change careers. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys are still in the in between, but this person doesn't need to know that. They can't help you. They love the idea of helping you, but then it's karmic. And they'll do whatever they can to control the narrative again. Like, this is a real risk of repeating karma. Three of Wands. Yeah. This is waiting for the opportunity. And in some ways, if you haven't yet, and you know this person's going to income and bug you, poke you, say hello, do all the things that Barry's just talked about, pre-write the text message and put it in a safe spot. Like I put it in my notes app, for example. Next time so and so contacts me, I'm going to say this. And the message doesn't need to be anything crazy, and you don't need to over explain, and you don't even need to make it about them. It's just something as simple as, whenever you contact me, I feel this emotion and I don't like the way that it feels, and I would like you to stop talking to me. They'll ask for all kinds of explanations, but this person, they run out of grace. Like, there's no more grace left for this person. Grace has left the building. The Chariot, you're going to be able to move forward. Wow. Okay. So let's grab the animal guides. What is it that the viewer can embody to help them carry through and feel confident that formally ending it with this narcissist is the best choice that they can make for themselves? Be open to infinite possibility. This person has a limiting mindset. You've learned a lot from them. Now take all of this knowledge and expand upon that. You're leveling up. You are just taking level 1 and you're going up to level 10 with what it is that you're going through this. You don't need this person. This person will drain and siphon you. But if you're willing to detach and start paying attention to your gifts, your happiness, your joy, you open yourself up to infinite possibility. You open yourself up to the soulmates who will give you the information freely, openly, and from a healed space. I'm just saying. Wow. Well, whoever you are, damn, I sincerely hope that this helped. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you like this style, please make sure to like the video on the way out. And if you need any more in-depth support, I do provide private services. Check us out on Patreon, and we can help you out on a level when it comes to your energetic health and wellness. I also have some amazing cord cutting ceremonies on there that'll help finalize this deal so you can finally get this person out of your life. Details are in the description. And until I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.